A warm welcome to everyone joining us today from around the world for Unveiling the Truths, Navigating the West Philippine Sea Controversies. I'm your host for this timely and thought-provoking discussion, Jyrene. Today we are honored to have with us a remarkable individual who will share her expertise and passion for international relations to also shed us light on the complexities surrounding the West Philippine Sea. Please join me in giving a hearty welcome to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Charlyn Millan. Throughout history, the West Philippine Sea has been a hotbed of geopolitical tensions and environmental concerns. Today, we have the opportunity to delve deeper into these issues and gain valuable insights from our speaker expertise.
Lately, the tension between China and the Philippines on the issue about who owns the West Philippine Sea has been growing. Today, let's get to know the questions our normal students have about this matter.
I'm John Calvin Crescencio, this is Science 2B.
I am VDS Osabel and I am a second year student from Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Science.
So I am Major Nina M. Ventud. I am taking Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Mathematics, 4th year.
So I am Mark Vince Misa and I am from BSN Social Studies 2A.
So, good afternoon everyone. I am Tanatana Junior from Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, major in Travel and Hospitality Service Management, 1B.
So my question is, who should get the West Philippine Sea? Who should have the territory? Is it China or the Philippines?
What are the specific areas claimed by both China and the Philippines in the West Philippine Sea?
So based on my readings about the issue, I've read that China prohibits the Filipinos to get in that specific area, which is the West Philippine Sea. So my question is it the right of, or does China has the rights to prohibit those Filipinos entering the sea or the area?
My question for that issue in relation to the issues of the China and the Philippines in the West Philippine Sea is the Philippines can defend its territorial sovereignty over China in terms of the military strength. As we all know, China is a superpower in Asia and it is compete with the US. And the Philippines is given at least military strength, has lack of its equipment and necessities to defend its own territorial sovereignty. So can the Philippines defend itself from the biggest aggressor?
So, here's my question. So, what solution could work to stop the West Philippine Sea conflict?
Ladies and gentlemen, picture this. A vast ocean, rich with life and resources, crucial to our fishermen's means of subsistence. Now, imagine if a shadow is gathering over it, a mounting tension that jeopardizes not only our way of life, but the whole fabric of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. In this moment, I would like to talk about a crucial topic that significantly impacts the Philippines. The current conflict in the West Philippine Sea, also referred to as the South China Sea internationally. Now, this complex situation has significant implications for the sovereignty of our country, economic stability, and the regional solidarity. And I'm quite certain that many of us are familiar in the news reports featuring ships patrolling these disputed waters. Philippine Coast Guard ships being blocked and fired with water cannons by the Chinese Coast Guards. Now, the West Philippine Sea conflict is more than just a distant news story. It concerns the harassment of Filipino fishermen, the jeopardization of essential resources, and the bleak outlook of our maritime region. Now, to those who do not know, the West Philippine Sea is located west of the Philippines and it is only part of the bigger South China Sea. And these waters are among of the busiest waters in the world. According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, that in 2016, an estimate of 21% of global trade amounting to $3.37 trillion transited through these waters. It is a major shipping route, a home to rich fishing grounds, having more than half of the world's fishing vessels operating in these countries. And because of that, several countries, namely Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia, Brunei, and China, take ownership on these waters. And China is the country with the most territorial claim. They claim 90% area in the region according to its so-called 9-dash line, which recently became 10-dash line. From its most southern province, Hainan, the line, which consists of 9 dashes, stretches hundreds of miles south and east. And Beijing asserts that its claim to the region dates back centuries, to a time when the Paracel and Spratly Island groups were considered essential components of the Chinese country. Meanwhile, the West Philippine Sea, a portion of the South China Sea, is all that the Philippines is claiming, and the Philippines bases its claim on historical records, the 2016 arbitral ruling, and the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. And one historical map, known as the Velarde Map, is one of the documents that the Philippines claim is based on. Francisco Juarez, an artist, Nicolas de la Cruz Bagay, and Pedro Murillo Velarde, a Jesuit cartographer, published the map for the first time in Manila in the year 1734. And interestingly, the chart included the Scarborough Shoal, which is 220 kilometers from Luzon in addition to the West Philippine Sea. And the Spratly Islands are an archipelago made up of several islets, cays, and reefs in addition to more than a dozen islands. The Philippines called this group of islands the Kalayaan Island Group, and we only claim the northeastern portion of this land. However, China asserts sovereignty over the entire archipelago. This claim over the West Philippine Sea, ladies and gentlemen, is further strengthened by the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. In fact, in 2013, the Philippines took China to an arbitration tribunal under the auspices of the United Nations Convention on Laws of the Sea to challenge its claim. And 3 years after, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled that Beijing's expansive claims via its 9-dash line had no basis under international law, handing the Philippines a landmark victory. But that has not stopped China, which rejects the ruling from being more assertive. The West Philippine Sea, which the country takes claim of, is within the country's exclusive economic zone, and the Philippine government adopted West Philippine Sea for the first time in 2011 to represent its opposition to China's claim of sovereignty over the entirety of the South China Sea and for the purposes of the state mapping system. Now, the tribunal found that the Spratly Islands are located within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, hence are placed to own. But, aside from the given facts from the beginning of this speech, that these waters are center for trade and industry, an abundant marine diversity is best exemplified by the West Philippine Sea. Scientists have found hundreds of different species of fish, coral, seagrass, and other marine life in its waters, all of which coexist in intricate systems. And in addition to yielding fish that line Filipino fishing boats and plates, this habitat act as hatching grounds for schools of fish that swarm the Southeast Asian oceans. And the Philippine scientists also believe that some of the unique species found in these seas may also hold to the secret to biomedical discoveries. Not only that, the Philippines, as they said, is sitting on a mountain of gold. Retired Brigadier General Aldon G. Nemenzo, a pilot and former deputy commander of the 3rd Air Division of the Philippine Air Force that was based in Zamboanga City, revealed on his thesis from the research he made during his active duties that within the country's exclusive economic zone, specifically in the Red Bank, the Mischief Island of the Spratly Islands hold an untapped hydrocarbon deposits with an estimated worth of $26.3 trillion. That's more than enough to free the country from the iron grip of poverty. These resources are so precious to be just given away to another country. And the West Philippine Sea is not just a contested territory. It is a symbol of our national pride and our right to self-determination. The path towards resolving the dispute may be long, but it is not insurmountable. Through unwavering commitment to diplomacy, a united front, and a steadfast belief in international law, we can find a peaceful solution that benefits all parties, and we must leverage all available tools, diplomacy, international law, and strategic partnership to defend our claims. Let us stand together, Filipinos, and ensure that the future generations inherit a nation that is whole and free. That would be all for my speech. Thank you for listening, and I hope every Filipino will take action about this matter. For what is ours only.
Thank you so much, Ms. Charlyn Millan, for your illuminating presentation on the West Philippine Sea. It is truly an intricate issue, and your expertise has shed significant light on us, offering a valuable information and perspectives. Now, let's address the questions that were displayed earlier. So for the question number 1, who rightfully owns the West Philippine Sea territory? Is it the China or the Philippines? So based on the United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea, Philippines rightfully own the West Philippine Sea and the islands within its exclusive economic zone. So question number 2, what specific area are claimed by both China and the Philippines in the West Philippine Sea? So China claims that the entirety of the South China Sea, including the West Philippine Sea, which is within their via 9-dash line, while Philippines is only claiming the West Philippine Sea, which is within the country's exclusive economic zone. So question number 3, does China have legal authority to prevent Filipinos from entering the West Philippine Sea? So based on the result of the 2013 Arbitration Tribunal, China doesn't have the legal rights to prevent Filipinos from entering the West Philippine Sea. Question number 4. Can Philippines realistically defend its territorial sovereignty against China's military might? So, militarily, China is significantly stronger than the Philippines, but Philippines utilizes the alliances between countries and the international law, which could potentially decide in case of military conflict. Now, question number 5. What solution could effectively resolve the West Philippine Sea conflict? So, in the West Philippine Sea conflict, we have here 3 solutions. So, number 1 is peaceful negotiation. Both parties engaging in dialogue based on United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea principles. Number 2 is the multilateral agreements, regional agreements on resource sharing and dispute settlement mechanisms. And the last is continued international arbitration using international courts and tribunals to settle specific claims. So now, let us once again thank you, Ms. Charlyn Millan, for your enlightening and thought-provoking talk on the complexities of the West Philippine Sea. Your insights have provided us with a deeper understanding of the challenges and opportunities facing this region. So as we conclude today's event, I encourage each of you to reflect on the issues discussed and consider how can you contribute to fostering cooperation, dialogue, and sustainable development in the West Philippine Sea and beyond. Together, we have the power to shape the future where the seas are not just a source of contention, but a symbol of hope and prosperity for all. So thank you once again to our speaker, and to all of you for joining us today. That would be all for today. Thank you.